Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to see about the memory location, address, and operations. What actually a memory location is? The location is nothing but where the data is going to be placed. That is going to be called as memory location. Okay. Let us see in detail about this memory location, address, and operations. So memory location. Memory may consist of many millions of storage cells called as a flip-flops. So each cell can store a bit of information, maybe a 0 or 1, with the bit information is going to be represented in a binary format as 0 or 1. Each group of n bits is represented as a word. Okay, so if you're going to see about this, a first word, second word, ith word, and last word, like that, we are going to have this words over there. Okay, so each group of n bits is represented or referred as a word of information. Okay, and the n is called the word length. We are going to say that the n bit is going to be called as a word length. The word length can vary from 8 bit to 64 bits. Okay, a unit of 8 bit is going to be called as a byte. Already you people may aware about that. A unit of 8 bits is going to be called as a byte. So accessing the memory to store or retrieve a single item of information, maybe a word or byte, which requires a distinct address for each item location. Okay, so it is compulsory to use numbers from 0 through 2 to the power of k minus 1 as the address of successive locations in the memory. So if you're going to see about that, if 2 to the power of k is equal to number of addressable locations, then 2 to the power of k addresses constitutes the address space of the computer. For example, you can see this in a 24 bit of address, which can generate an address space of 2 to the power of 24 locations. That's going to be called as, that's going to be equivalent to the top of 16 megabyte, isn't it? Such a way it's going to be present over there. So as we are aware about that, the data is usually accessed in the n bits of groups, then the bit is going to be called as a length. Okay, so here the data are going to be arranged in a form of first word, second word, like that. It's going to be arranged in the particular location. Let us see how actually this is going to be get present. A small example we are going to take that. So a 32 bit of word length, which have been given over here, 32 bit of word length has been example taken over there. So each and every bit is going to be represented as B0, B1, B2, B3, like that. We are going to represent all the bits. Okay, so usually the most significant bit, that is going to be called as bit 32. Simply we can say that B31, because we are going to start with 0, so that n number will become n minus 1, nth number will become n minus 1. So the 32nd bit is going to be B31. So this is going to be called as a signed bit. This is going to be called as a signed bit. Whenever this B31 is going to be present with 0, then the whole number, 32 bit number, is going to be a positive number. When this B31 is going to be set as number 1, then this 32 bit number is going to be called as a negative number. It is going to be called a signed integer data. Okay, so this 8 bits of data, or sorry, the 32 bit of data, which is going to be divided into 8 bits of data into 4 different words. Okay, 4 bytes are going to be present over there. So 32 bits of data is going to be segregated into 8 equal bits. Then is going to be called as, this is going to be represented in the ASCII character. So actually, if you're going to see about that, a memory location, which is going to be retrieve the information from memory, either it can retrieve the data or it can store the data. Okay, so as already we have come across with that, it's going to be a 32 bit of memory. So 32 bit of memory means obviously it's going to be 4 gigabyte data will be present over there, and 1 kilo is nothing but 2 to the power of 10, 1 tera is nothing 2 to the power of 40. So this is the memory space which is going to be present in that particular data. So it is a practical, if you're going to see about that, it's impractical to assign the distinct address to individual bit locations in the memory. Why? Because the practical assignment is to have a successive address referred to successive byte locations in the memory, which is going to be called as byte addressable memory. Okay, so in the byte addressable memory, successive addresses refers to successive byte locations in the memory. How it's going to be? Byte location may have the address of 0, 1, 2, 3, like that goes on over there. Okay, if the word length is 32 bit, successive words are located at the address of 0, 4, 8, 12, with each word having 4 bytes of data. Okay, let us see how actually it's going to get represented. So two different assignments are going to be present over there. One is going to be called as Big Indian and Little Indian assignments. There are two ways actually we are going to have this byte address assignments. What actually is Big Indian? Lower byte address are used for the more significant bytes of the words. The lower bit addresses which are going to be used as a MSB bit of the word, that is going to be called as Big Indian. Little Indian is nothing but lower byte addresses are used for the least significant word, LSB words, LSB bits. Okay, such a way we are going to represent that. The example is going to be shown over there. In this example, if you're going to see that the most significant bit which is going to be represented with a least number as 0, then 1, 2, 3, it's increasing like this. Okay, and next word if you're going to see about that, it's going to be starting with 4, then incrementing with 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if you're going to see about the most significant bit, always it's going to be in least number of the word, that particular byte will be present over there. Whereas the little Indian, it's going to be the LSB bit will be represented with the least number. So always it's going to start the most significant bit with will be higher number and least significant bit will be lower number. So the representation of the lower bit or lower number in the most significant bit is going to be called as Big Indian, and the lower bit is going to be representing its LSB bit is going to be called as Little Indian. This is the two different representations we are going to have over here. We are going to consider the 32 bit of integer, which consisting of 4 bytes actually, if you're going to see about that one. So assume that we are going to store it at the memory address starting with 100 or 1000. So obviously what happened on Little Indian, it's going to be having an least bit will be present over there, whereas in the Big Indian it will be most bit will be the least value. Such a way it's going to get present over there. Okay, so this word alignment, how the word alignment is going to be get represented. So just we're going to see about that the words are said to be aligned in the memory if they begin at a byte addresses, that is a multiple of number of bytes in a word. For example, if we're going to see about that one, if the word length is going to be 16 bit or 2 bytes of data, so which have been aligned, its words begins at a byte address of 0, 2, 4, like that, it's going to present over there. If it's going to be a 32 bit, for example, if it's going to be 32 bit, obviously what happens, the aligned word begins byte address is going to be starts with 0, 4, 8, 12, like that goes on. If it's going to be in 64 bit, obviously what happens, if the word length is going to be 64 byte, obviously what happens, it's going to be aligned word begins at a byte address of 0, 8, 16, like goes on over there. So words are said to be unaligned addresses if they begin at an arbitrary byte address. That is going to be an important thing we have to come across over there. If the words are said to be an unaligned addresses, obviously what happens, it may starts with the arbitrary byte addresses. Okay, that is going to be an important thing we have to remember that one. Okay, then access number, character and character strings. What actually the access numbers? A number usually occupies one word. It can be accessed in the memory by specifying its word address. Similarly, what happens, individually characters can be accessed by their byte addresses. There are two ways to indicate the length of the strings. One is a special control character, one more is a separate memory word location. So let us see about that two important things over here. So a special control character with the meaning end of string can be used at the last character in the string, whereas a separate memory word location or a register can contain a number indicating the length of string in the bytes. This is going to be called as accessing number, character and characters strings. Let us see about